This is Sean with Dying Fetus, and I'm blowing it up on Capital Chaos TV.
You are number 666.
All right, guys, Aldo once again at Capital Chaos. I have the honor of sitting here with Sean from Dying Fetus. Let's get things going, man. We were talking a little bit earlier about that religious stuff. Was that any part of your childhood at all? Were you like from a religious background? Were you forced to go to church or anything like that? Or
Not really. I mean, maybe once when I was really young, and that's about it, really. So not really a religious family, no.
All right, just a lot of the songs, like the anti-religion songs, and it just, I just wondered, like, damn, do those guys did they fucking have it rough coming up with all their, a lot of dogma and
Not really, no.
How do you maintain that level of aggression for, damn near every album, just, there's what like fires that intensity of you guys, or what?
I don't know. It's just always you want to play what you want to hear, and try to do that, really. I mean, so just to keep it going, especially, there's not like some inspiration where you're going to be pissed off type of thing, Play what you want to hear, though.
What is the craziest fan base that you've seen? Because you guys, play all over the world, and a lot of the videos I've seen of your live shows, there's some crazy shit going on in the pits, and I could imagine some venues just get tore up, especially like outdoor festivals and stuff. But what country has been the one where you guys were just like, I could imagine you playing and just look out into the crowd and be like, Jesus Christ, these fucking people.
Well, it makes it easy, like big festivals in Europe always, because those, it's a lot of people for one. And then, like we just played with the Multicultural Fest again in France, and they went crazy. It's pretty sick. And it's like, because they always pit and go off, so that's probably, one of the ones right off the top, because we just were there, recently, so.
Was that in 2016? Was that the 8th? Oh, it was from this year, okay. We're going to talk a little about Reign Supreme. Just that album for me was a big, like, damn, I think I've heard every song on there front to back a million times. My favorite one, though, is In the Trenches. Just that intro, that riff gets me fucking going. Can you tell me a little bit about, like, when you guys were going through the songwriting, or, like, what was the process of that song specifically?
That specific song, John had the riff already, done, like, and then we were just fucking around with it when we came to practice. That was like, I guess one of the earlier songs that were written on the album, I guess. It's hard to remember now, specifically because Reign Supreme, it's been a while now, thinking about it, yeah. But, it was just one of those ones that kind of fell together easy and early,
It's a big pit song. It opens up a lot of pits. On the new album, and this is something that I had noticed for a while. You guys play Induced Terror a lot in live shows, and I was like, what fucking album is that song? And I couldn't find it. And when you guys released the new album, I saw that it was a bonus track on there, and I lost my shit. So is there a reason you guys did you have it written before the album, or just holding on to it?
So we already had the song done and recorded before the album came out, and we were playing it live already, like when we were started to tour again after the recording was done. So we were already playing it live and everything. So then, we wanted to keep it on there, so it became like the bonus track. Yeah. So it was done earlier, before the rest of the album.
Because I've seen shows from 2016, and you guys played. There was one in France, and that was the first one I saw where you guys played that. And that's where I was just, where the hell is this song from? But is there any? I guess what's the process of the set list? You guys, I know every band has to switch it up. I would imagine you guys get tired of playing, the same thing. But how do you choose what to play?
Well, we've been mixing it up a lot. I know we're doing more new songs this tour, but we usually try, in the past when we were headlining, we always try to get a song from each album type of thing, and then we try to mix that up because you play the same one. So, and then recently we did the social media, the Facebook, Instagram, the poll and what song you want to hear, and it was Blunt Force Trauma. So we busted that one out. That's from Purification, an older song. So. And whatever we had, we just did in Europe. We tried to rotate, like we did, a certain song of Destroy, so we try to do a different song off that album, type of thing, so to mix it up.
Is it you see the fan base, like the fans react to different songs as soon as you play them? Like, do you go based off of that as well?
Sometimes, but usually that'll be something like if we've had some time off, try to mix it up though, because especially if you're headlining and get longer set, you want to play a couple of the tracks that your fans would know that isn't the normal song that, I can see them because they always play this song, but right now we're doing some more new songs for this.
Speaking of time off, man, when the hell was the last time you guys had any time off? Because Dying Fetus here. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, since the album came out, we've been busy. You always get time off in the wintertime, of course, when nothing's happening. But we had like 3 weeks off between the last tour and this one, so we're out here.
What's been the hardest tour or show, as like sleep deprivation wise, or just exhaustion, where you gotta just keep fucking cranking it out? And
Southeast Asia, we did that at the end of the Reign Supreme cycle. We did it for a month, so it was Japan, Australia, and the rest of Southeast Asia for a whole month. So every day is like a 7-9 hour flight. You fly every single day, so it's a show every day, and that was just tiring, But that's about the worst, of it for us. Yeah.
How have you seen Dying Fetus change, or I wouldn't say change, evolve, when you first joined the band up until now? Because there is a change in sound, and it gets better. For me, I mean, maybe I'm biased because I've been like praising you guys for a while, but it gets better every time, and it's like, how are they gonna top that one? Like, I thought, it was like, it's impossible. How are they gonna top Reign Supreme? And then you guys came out with Wrong One to Fuck With. It's like, my God.
Cool. That's just, technology for one, that makes everything easier. And then, of course, the difference between, older albums and now with everyone's gear's different. And, it's pre-production stuff is the biggest change, where we were just more prepared, and we had our own stuff to do the pre-production nowadays, where we got to practice together and have it all ready for the studio when we got there, instead of like in the past everything would happen in the studio where you're trying to put it all together there. So I think that's the biggest difference nowadays.
Saving a lot of time for one.
Yeah, a lot of time, and then you have more time to focus on the tones and how it's going to sound instead of working shit out. Yeah. So there was an article I saw about 2 years ago, where it was a fan's dying wish that John spread his ashes at a show. Can you tell me a little bit about that, the process behind that? We just saw that guy recently in Denver. Yeah, he was at the show. It happened in Chicago, and he came up to us. He made some lighters, some Dying Fetus lighters with like the album cover on it. Started talking, and he asked John to do it. And we were like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then it happened on the spot that night. Yeah, he just dumped them out, and then people went crazy. It's cool, right?
Last question, and this is something that the first time I heard the song, it fucking cracked me up. From Womb to Waist. Yeah. What made you guys decide to put that in the beginning? That fuck the baby, let it die, and then just the drop immediately. I heard like it gets the on the recording. Yeah, like what? It's funny. It gets like I've had the chance where I stop at a red light and I'm listening to the song, and it's just dead quiet. All the cars' windows are down, and that's all they hear. Just fuck the baby, let it die. People, this fucking guy.
Right. Yeah, that was John's idea. It was kind of like a throwback to like Raped on the Altar style, when you have like the recording at the beginning of the song type of thing. Okay. So that was kind of the idea, Yeah.
Bringing it back to the old Fetus a little bit with that kind of, it was good. It was interesting, man. It sets up the song real good. But I just wanted to ask about that. Right. And just to end the interview, my really good friend Chase Green passed away a few years ago, and he was a really, really big fan of you guys. And the first time I ever saw you guys was with him. So, just thank you for the time, and thank you for everything you're doing. You guys are really talented, and music is appreciated a lot. And thank you for the time. This is Aldo with Capital Chaos, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.